Hey everyone. So in this video I want to take a little bit of time to explain how we keep track of attendance in online classes. So if this is your first online class, you definitely want to watch this video. If you've taken several online classes before here with ATA, then you probably know how it works. You might not need to watch this video. You certainly can if you want. But you might still at least want to pay attention to the chart that is provided at the bottom of this subtab. There's a chart that lists each week and when that week opens, the date that that week opens, and the date that the homework is due that week. That's, that might be pretty important information if you ever need to keep track of which week we're in or when something's due. You can go here and see that chart. For those of you who are still a little shaky or unfamiliar with how attendance works, I want to take a few minutes to explain that to you. So when you go to campus for your class, it's pretty easy to know when you're supposed to be there and how you get counted present or absent. If you show up for class that day, you get marked present. If you don't show up, you get marked absent, right? So how does it work in an online class? Because, you have the whole week to go through the material and complete the work. How do you get counted present? Well, each week runs from Monday to Sunday, right? So week 1 begins on Monday, it ends on Sunday. Week 2 begins the following Monday and goes to the next Sunday, right? You have that week to go through the material, and all of the homework assignments are due Sunday night. In order to be counted present for that week, you have to submit a graded item during that 7-day window. So going through the PowerPoints, watching the video lessons, that does not count. It has to be a graded item. So something listed under my homework assignments tab each week. That could be the journal. It could be the other assignments that are listed. Hopefully, though, it's the discussion, right? If you do any of those items that get counted for a grade, you will be counted present for that week. The reason I say hopefully it's the discussion, though, is because the discussions are only available each week from Monday to Sunday. So if you forget to do the discussion that week, you don't get to do it. So if you make sure you're doing the discussion every week, and I say that the first post is due Thursday night, and then you respond to 2 classmates by Sunday night, if you stick with that, you will be counted present every week. But let's say something happens. You have a particularly busy week. You know you're not going to be able to do the discussion. You know you're going to have to take a 0 on it. But you still want to do something to be counted present. Do one of the other homework items. It will at least get you counted present. So that's how attendance works. It's not super simple, but at the same time it's not super difficult. You have 7 days to submit at least one graded item, and you will be counted present for that week. I will send out reminders over the weekend. I'll go through and see who has not yet triggered their attendance for that week, and I'll send you a reminder, and hopefully, you'll be able to turn something in before that week ends. Now, again, let's say you have a particularly busy week. Maybe you're sick, maybe one of your kids are sick, really busy at work, whatever the case may be. And you know that you're not going to be able to, complete all the work for that week. You at least did one thing, though, to be counted present, so you don't have to worry about your attendance. But still submit the other homework items, even if you submit them late. The discussion is different. I can't reopen that unless it's very special circumstances. But the other homework assignments for each week, just because you didn't get them submitted Sunday night, doesn't mean you can't turn them in late. If you forgot completely, you didn't submit anything that week and you had to be counted absent, still submit the work for that week, even if it's late. okay? Because attendance and grades are totally different things, right? Sure, you missed that 7-day window and you had to be marked absent for that week, but don't let your grades suffer for it also, right? Still complete the homework assignments, turn them in late, right? But hopefully everybody's able to, if not stay totally on track and on top of all the assignments each week, at least be able to submit 1 or 2 things each week so that you trigger your attendance and you don't fall behind on the assignments, okay? And again, there's that chart at the bottom of this sub-tab underneath the video where I list each week and the specific dates for this term. So you can go there and maybe even mark it in your calendar or something. This is when week 1 starts, this is when it ends. Here's week 2, when it begins and ends, and so on and so forth. The only week that I want to draw attention to that's different is week 10, the last week of the term. So all the other weeks, like I said, you have from Monday to Sunday to trigger your attendance. All the assignments are due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. You can submit them late though. But that is different in week 10. Week 10 is a short week. It still starts on Monday, but it ends Thursday. So for week 10, any assignments that are due, everything for the course, anything you are submitting has to be submitted by Thursday night of week 10. That means you have only those 4 days to trigger your attendance for week 10. Once the course closes that Thursday night at midnight, it is closed. You won't be able to submit anything else. I am not allowed to accept anything else. And in fact, final grades will be submitted the following afternoon on Friday, right? But that's only week 10, right? And I will send out reminders about that when we get closer to the end of the term. For all the other weeks, you have from Monday to Sunday to submit at least 1 graded item in order to be counted present. Try to do your best to have everything submitted on time. Not only will that ensure that you've triggered your attendance, but that will also ensure that you don't fall behind on the assignments. However, I do accept late work, so if you don't get a chance to get everything submitted by Sunday night, you can submit it late. The only exception is the discussion. And if you happen to have a busy week and you are not able to trigger your attendance, you don't have time to submit any of the graded items, still do those items. Even if you get marked absent, don't fall behind on the work. Still submit them, even if it's late. If you have any questions about attendance or how any of this works, I'm always here. Reach out and I will answer any questions you have.